ready to rock and roll. Records to be broken. That's what we do. That's what we're really good at. Well, firstly, the Tilton Evo was looking for another record to take down and the opportunity arose. They were going to allow us to do an exhibition run on the timers, so we jumped at it. Well, we've won every class in World Time Attack, and right up until we got Costa behind the wheel and Pro-Am, we didn't have a Pro-Am outright win, and we've got 2 in a row, back to back. Given the calibre of the car, the speed of the car, it's not the type of time attack car you want to be running in anything less than the class it's always competed in, because some of that traffic could become dangerous, very dangerous for the other competitors, and also the Tilton car. Typically with a lot of team owners, if you look, they want to evolve, and if they want to go into other series like Costa has with the TCR, he thought it due time that he ran his own team. So he's got his own Top Guns in-house. He's even got a driver in-house now, Brad Shields, who'll be driving the TCR car if and when they allow him to run this year. And he was a perfect fit to jump into the seat of the Tilton Evo. There seems to be a really good buzz around the place.
Yeah, obviously pretty excited. Like, it's such a iconic car, and yeah, a car that everyone would like to have a drive of. So yeah, obviously I was super excited to say yes, and yeah, it's better than I expected. Yeah, so I drove it first in March here at Wakefield. It's definitely not an easy car just to get straight into and be fast. It's quite an aggressive thing. You got to hang on to it, so it's definitely not a walk in the park. But yeah, we got up to speed pretty quick. I was into the 54s, low 54s on the first day I drove it. So, and being a time attack car, we only did probably 6 laps that day. So obviously went away from the last test day with a few things that we needed to change. So we made those changes in the break. And then we came here yesterday just to try the changes and make sure it was all good, which it was. The car was awesome. So we did a few little fine-tuning things yesterday. We're just running old tyres all day and low boosts, so just to get it sorted. And yeah, by the end of the day, we're down to a 53.2. Yeah, so the original record was the 53.7 by a Formula 3 car. So we did the 53.2. It's unofficial because it was just on a test day. There was no live timing or anything. It was just off our data today. That's why we're here to make it official. We haven't changed anything since the last session yesterday other than new tyres. So we were really happy with the setup. So new tyres should hopefully give us another good gain. So that's all we're going to do and see what happens.
What do you reckon, mate? Fantastic. Did better than yesterday. Gotta love it, mate.
Louis tells me certain numbers off the simulator, so it's always different. So I look at numbers from a screen, and then there's obviously the driver trying to do his best. Yeah, so very, very happy. I know the target's a low 52 is what Louis wants, and I just want to break the record, so I'm happy. We've broken the record.
Congratulations, you're officially the quickest car period at Wakefield.
Thank you very much. Cheers, mate.
Win today, sell on Monday.
Put in 11 out of 10 effort, but because of the colder conditions and the bit denser air, we threw the aero balance out a little bit from yesterday, so we were lacking a bit of front grip that time more than yesterday, so we struggled on a few of the corners with a bit of understeer, so there's still definitely a bit left in it. We're still on low boost, no NOS, so for this one I think we're going to just turn the power up in 4th, 5th, 6th gear, just to get a bit more speed down the straight. But we're not going to go too crazy just yet. We want to get the aero balance back again, and there should still be time left in that alone. So, yeah, we've still got a bit of time left in it. Yeah, so we set the car up after the first session we did to, you know, from what we felt after the first session, and then the track changed a little bit from the first session to the second session, and that setup sort of wasn't really suited, so we were sort of chasing, the conditions were changing as we were changing the car, and yeah, it turns out the first session was the fastest, so it's still got some left in it when we get it all right, but it's just so sensitive to air temp and track conditions, so you just got to change it session by session. But
when you've got really good data guys that can take real world and overlay it, then they go, right, let's go to a perfect world scenario. You always think you can do better. The reality is traffic, track temperatures change all of a sudden, a bit of cloud can come over and it can ruin your day. I've seen grown drivers cry and I've patted it on the shoulder many a time. That's how cruel it can be.
yeah, so I got a bit of oil surge going up the hill, and the low oil pressure lights come on the dash, so I just aborted the lap just to save the engine. So
did the right thing, preserved the $1 million engine that it is, and came in, checked all the relative data, everything was okay, went out and gave it another hit, and it was fine. In the fourth session, you're looking for a better time, a little bit more boost, bit of gas here and there, a bit more warmth into the tyres with the warmers, and it didn't go to plan. A little bit of one thing wrong, it'll throw the whole domino game out. Re the Tilton team, it might have been backing off on its time as the day went on, but that's a fine thing with a car at that end of the spectrum versus the global guys. They were actually dialing in, they were getting better and better as the day went on. Well, look, their goal there was to win. I don't think their intention was we're going there to smash the outright lap record in open class, but they did. Like, incredible.
Last time we drove it was at World Time Attack last year, but we come out yesterday and did a test day leading up to the event. We got to do a shakedown with it, change a few springs in it, got the car fine-tuned, and it's really performing really well today. The guys at Gas have got it really hooked up. The tyre deg at Eastern Creek, or Sydney Motorsport Park, is really high. Here's not so high, so you can get to do multiple runs at the same session, which is really good if you don't have the tyre temp, especially that ambient at the moment is really cold. But the mechanical grip is really crucial here. You really need to get your low speed, drive off the corners to get the short straight speed. Yesterday we ended up dipping into the low 58s. I think we'd just seen a 57 right at last minute. And then this morning we just tweaked it up a bit more, put a bit more boost into it, and finally got some fresh rubber. And then we got that lap record in open class. It got into that 56.9. It was bloody awesome. For all the hard work the guys have put back into this car to get it from where it was last year to this year is unreal. They're doing a really good job, and we're still improving it every now and again.
First outright, fastest all-wheel drive, Nate Morecambe. Well done.
I'd like to thank Nick and Brian from Gas Team, all the boys, Insight Motorsport. Nick did an awesome job, Scott did good work, and also Greg with the aero updates. And just honestly, the track for putting on a good, safe event, and Ozzo for organising it with Oz Time Attack. Thank you.
Awesome. That's what we came here to do, and we're really happy. I think a mid 52 is pretty reasonable. Like Louis will tell you, he's got simulations where you have 51s and stuff like that are doable, but in the real world on the day, like I think a mid 52 is where we need to be at.
It just makes me feel like if I was a gambler, I'd be a winner because I'm a good judge of where the cards are going to come out.